Hello, South Bay entrepreneurs. Welcome to a Voxel Labs intelligence briefing. Right here from our studios in San Pedro, we're watching the entire business landscape shift. And let's be honest, if you're still thinking of podcasting as just two people talking into microphones, well, you are leaving serious money on the table. Today, we're going to break down exactly who your modern customer is and how to reach them.
So the big question, especially right now, in this economy, where are your best future customers hiding? It can feel like you're searching for a needle in a haystack, right? But what if I told you they aren't hiding at all? What if they're actively looking for you, and all you have to do is show up in the right place?
First, let's just quickly set the stage. Because to really get a handle on the opportunity here, you have to understand the pressure we're all under. We're looking at the 2026 forecast for the South Bay, and yeah, the numbers show exactly why every single marketing dollar has to pull its weight.
Look, this isn't just a chart. This is the reality on the ground. Job growth is basically flat. Household budgets are getting squeezed by insane rents, which means your customers are thinking twice about every purchase. And of course, inflation is putting pressure on your costs. The bottom line, efficiency isn't just a nice-to-have anymore, it's about survival.
And that brings us to a crucial point. Your old marketing playbook, the one that might have worked a few years ago, it's probably costing you now. Just blasting out broad, expensive campaigns is a luxury most of us can't afford. You've got to be smarter. You have to go where attention and, this is the important part, trust are actually being built.
So where is that? Well, it's in a space that has completely reinvented itself. When I say the word podcast, I want you to erase the old image in your head. That idea is obsolete. There has been a massive shift, a total sea change, that's created a brand new media landscape.
And this slide says it all, doesn't it? The old idea was audio only, something you'd listen to on your commute, a niche hobby. The 2026 reality? It's video first. It lives on YouTube, and it is absolutely mainstream media. This is where a super valuable audience is now spending a huge amount of their time.
Okay, so who are we talking about here? Who are these people? Let's drill down and build a profile of this modern consumer, because I'm willing to bet this is the exact person you're trying to reach, whether you're a realtor, a financial planner, or you own a local shop.
The engine driving all this growth is what we call the video-first generation. We're talking mainly about Gen Z. These are folks who grew up on video. For them, a show without a visual component feels incomplete. They don't just want to hear what you're saying, they want to see the expression, the body language. It's all part of the story.
And the data here it's just staggering. 84% of these listeners engage with podcasts that have video. Why? Well, look at the reasons. Almost half of them say video gives them better context and tone, and 45% say they feel more connected. That connection? That's the holy grail for any business trying to build a real relationship with a customer. For this audience, video isn't optional. It's a requirement.
So how do they even find you in the first place? Well, they're on visual platforms. YouTube is the #1 way they discover new content. And right behind that, clips on social media. This means having short, shareable, vertical videos for platforms like TikTok and Reels isn't just a good idea. It's absolutely essential for discovery.
All right, so they're young. They live on YouTube. But do they have money? Can they actually become your customers? Let's look at the financial side of things, because this is where the data gets incredibly powerful for local business owners.
Get this, 47% of monthly podcast consumers have a household income over $75,000 a year. That's not just a random stat. It's way higher than the general population. We're talking about an audience with real, actual purchasing power.
And on top of that, 51% have college degrees. So when you combine higher income with higher education, what do you get? You get an audience that values expertise. They're looking for quality. These aren't just casual browsers. These are qualified leads.
But the picture is even bigger and better than that. That old stereotype of who listens to podcasts, it's completely dead. The modern audience is incredibly diverse, with some of the fastest growth happening among women and multicultural listeners.
This data from Edison Research makes it crystal clear. When you put audio-only listeners side by side with video podcast viewers, the video audience is consistently younger and much more diverse. So if your strategy doesn't include video, you are literally invisible to a massive growing part of the market.
Okay, so we know who they are. Now for the most important part. Why this audience is so valuable. It's not just that they're watching, it's how they're watching. It all boils down to the economics of trust. Let that number sink in for a second.
More than 3 out of 4 listeners say they feel a personal connection to the host. You're not just some talking head. You become a trusted voice in their life. When was the last time you heard someone say they felt close to a pop-up ad? It just doesn't happen.
And that trust leads to insane loyalty. A whopping 93% of listeners finish most or all of every episode they start. Just think about that. Compared to the drop-off rates on a typical marketing video, it's not even close. When they hit play, they are committed. They want to hear what you have to say.
And you know what pours gasoline on that fire of trust? Video. It creates what researchers call a parasocial bond. It's a fancy term for that one-sided relationship we feel with people we see on screen. By letting people see your face, your passion, they feel like they know you. And that turns you into a recognized authority in your field so much faster than audio ever could.
So let's tie this all together. We have economic pressure cooker, a high-value audience that's young, affluent, and diverse, and we know they build deep trust with creators they can see. The final question is, how do you actually connect with them efficiently at what we call South Bay speed?
The strategy writes itself, really. Your audience is on YouTube. They are watching on their phones, usually in a vertical format, and they want fresh content like yesterday. This means you have to be fast, you have to be agile. The old, slow ways of producing content just won't cut it.
And that's where the old model breaks down. The traditional studio approach is expensive, it's slow, and you end up with very little content to show for it. The new way, the Voxel Micro Lab model, is the exact opposite. It's about radically lower costs, getting your content instantly, and creating a massive amount of output from a single session.
The whole process is built for speed and efficiency. You come in, you record for 1 hour in one of our AI-ready studios. You walk out with broadcast-quality video ready to go, and from that single hour, you can deploy weeks of content. The full show, social clips, vertical videos, everything you need to reach that audience everywhere they are.
So there you have it. You've seen the intelligence briefing. The modern customer is here. They're on video, and they're ready to connect. The only real question left for you is, are you ready to stop marketing to the past and start building relationships with the customers of 2026?